a warrior destined for greatness. A prophecy that foretold his glory and his doom, and a desperate mother who tried to make him invincible, but in doing so, sealed his fate. Achilles wasn't just any hero. He was the greatest fighter of the Trojan War, a warrior so powerful that even the gods feared him. But where did he come from? And how did one moment in the river Styx decide his entire fate? This is the story of Achilles' origins, his divine strength and the fateful dip that created his legendary weakness. Achilles was no ordinary mortal. He was born to Peleus, a mighty warrior king, and Thetis, a sea nymph with divine blood. But their marriage? It wasn't exactly a love story, it was forced by the gods. Thetis was so beautiful that both Zeus and Poseidon wanted her. But then, a prophecy changed everything. The son of Thetis will be greater than his father. That meant if Zeus or Poseidon married her, their child would overthrow them, just like Zeus had overthrown his own father, Cronus. So instead, Thetis was forced to marry a mortal, ensuring that her child wouldn't be powerful enough to challenge the gods, and that child was Achilles. But Thetis refused to let her son live as a mere mortal. She was determined to make him as close to a god as possible. From the moment he was born, Achilles' fate was uncertain. One version of the myth says Thetis tried several terrifying rituals to make him immortal. She burned him with fire at night to destroy his mortal weakness. She anointed him with ambrosia, the food of the gods. But when Peleus discovered her doing this, he stopped her, fearing she would kill the child. Furious, Thetis abandoned Achilles and returned to the sea. But another myth tells of her final, desperate attempt to make Achilles invincible, the act that would define his legend forever. She took the infant Achilles to the underworld itself, to the banks of the river Styx, a river that separated the land of the living from the dead. The Styx wasn't just any river, it was a source of immense power. Anyone who touched its waters would become invulnerable. So Thetis grasped Achilles by the heel and dipped him into the river, letting the divine waters wash over him. When she pulled him out, his entire body had become impervious to harm, except for one spot, the very place where her fingers had held him, his heel. And just like that, the greatest warrior in history had a single weakness. Even without Thetis, Achilles was raised to be unstoppable. He was sent to be trained by Chiron, the legendary centaur who had taught heroes like Heracles and Jason. Under Chiron, Achilles became a master of swordsmanship, hand-to-hand combat speed and endurance, even medicine and music. But Achilles wasn't just physically powerful, he was also fated for greatness. A prophecy declared that he had two possible destinies, a long, peaceful life, but forgotten by history. A short life filled with glory, one that would make his name immortal. Achilles chose glory, and when war came knocking at his door, he ran toward it. When the Trojan War erupted, the Greeks knew they needed Achilles, but there was one problem. His mother, Thetis, knew that Troy was where he would meet his doom, so she hid him, disguising him as a girl and sending him to live among the daughters of King Lycomedes. But Achilles wasn't meant to live in hiding. The Greeks, desperate to find him, sent Odysseus, the master trickster, to expose him. Odysseus arrived at the palace disguised as a merchant, bringing gifts for the princesses, fine fabrics, perfumes, and jewelry. But among them, he also placed a sword and shield. When Achilles instinctively grabbed the weapons, his true identity was revealed. And just like that, he was pulled into the war that would define him. The Trojan War had begun, and Achilles was ready to carve his name into history. A child of prophecy, a warrior made nearly invincible, a single fatal weakness that would one day end his legend. Achilles was not like other men. He was made for glory, war, and tragedy. And his greatest battles? They were yet to come. Want to hear what happened next? His unstoppable wrath, his duel with Hector, or the moment his weakness finally caught up to him? Like and subscribe for more mythological legends and mysteries.